So I kind of want to do like a different take on everyone's like progressional videos. So probably I might start a series for this for YouTube, and I just kind of want to make it like as simple as possible. Like it's not gonna be as detailed as other people's videos. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be like how I learned the game. So I guess this first video would pretty much be like how I got into video and like I guess my little story to kind of show you guys a little bit more about me. You know what I mean? Instead of, all the random uh, videos that I just pump out where I just randomly rant. So I think originally, if I think about it, I think Black Desert just hit its 10-year anniversary, right? So fucking 10 years ago, I tried Black Desert, and I remember playing Warrior at first because I was like, dang, its class is cool. I wanted to have a great sword, man. And I found out that um, it's a lot of APM and it sucks to grind as, okay? So, I mean, obviously nowadays is probably different. I think when Succession classes came out, Warrior like pulled ahead. And then eventually enough Warriors cried for it to get fixed. So, if anything, I think I was like a meta chaser at that point because I was kind of tired. I switched from Warrior. I played, I like rouletted my shit all the time. Okay, back then, like people had no idea what the fuck they were doing, and here we are. So I played Archer. I re-rolled a bunch of times. Remember? So I've tried like 15 classes so far. I think I played some Musa, but I ended up staying with Archer a little bit longer. And then I played Mystic because back then Mystic was OP. And then I tried Awakening Mystic back then, and I was like, wow, Mystic's fucking easy to play. Like all I did was Shift R and B and Shift L and B, and just use those two skills. And then like you pre-buffed for your little attack speed thing, so you attack faster. But yeah, like that's how I ended up playing Mystic because she was meta back then. And yeah, I just gambled my gear all the time, and I never progressed. And then I quit. And then I think like every few years, I would hop back into the game, and I would like, oh fuck, I'm bored. I'm just gonna do the main quest for a little bit. And I got like some of the crystals there, got my CP up, started to do life skilling and whatnot. So I definitely tried a bunch of things in BDO. Honestly, if you had a choice of grinding or doing life skilling, like people bash on life skilling, but like if you're like, let's say, I wonder what like the crowd of people that would like BDO would be because it's a grinding game. So unless you played like Maplestory or fucking RuneScape, like if you were hardcore in RuneScape, you would love Black Desert. You know what I mean? If you were hardcore in Maplestory, you would love Black Desert because they're both essentially the same fucking thing. You grind, you increase your skills, and it's like a market simulator essentially. And I think the base ideology of BDO is that you kill shit and you get a dopamine hit when you get a rare drop. So here, I'm killing Mantroms. For someone that's like never played BDO before and wondering what this spot is, this is kind of like a noob zone because I'm so geared, and I'm one-shotting everything pretty much. Or at least I could be really lazy here. I could just use one skill if I wanted to, like this, and I could just dash. And then every time I hit stuff with a combo in that one skill, I get shards. So I can just indefinitely dash like this. And I could be even lazier and like put a crystal on that heals mana. Here, I'll actually do that, but I'm too lazy to do that even. I'm a lazy guy. Oh yeah, okay, so we're talking about me this episode, right? Okay. So as an introduction of how I got into BDO. Damn, I got way off topic, but pretty much I used to play World of Warcraft. I was huge into PvP in World of Warcraft, okay? Like, there's two kinds of people, I think, that play World of Warcraft. There's the pure battlegrounds grinders, like me, and then there's, like, the lame dungeon raiding people. Like, I think that shit's gay. Like, I was never big on dungeons. I thought it was boring. Like, it's to be expected that there's, like, a ceiling of enjoyment you can get from like PvE is what I'm trying to say. Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know, I do agree that everyone needs a therapeutic game of some sorts. And I always like PvP. So it's just how I was. So that's probably why a lot of people like BDO. Majority of them probably played like RuneScape. And they probably like played like the Wildy and PvP'd. Or they played World of Warcraft and PvP'd. Or like even like other Korean games, like they probably came into BDO like from like Lineage 2 or something, you know, shit like that. That game's like pure PvP. Um, but as we know, you know, every MMO has kind of started moving away from PvP, which is totally fine. But like, you know, it's not really something you're taking serious though anymore. I mean, I guess you can. And if you looked at like my older videos on BDO, the Mystic PvP video, like that one got a lot of clicks, so a lot of people like PvP, is what I'm saying. And yeah. But yeah, so I quit BDO for a while and then rerolled Mystic. I enjoyed Mystic. I took a break again, related all my shit, quit, came back, and then I found out that they started reworking classes. I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm going back to BDO. And then Mystic got like the shitty end of the stick, and like her succession was absolute dog shit for PvE. And then now just recently they buffed Awakening Mystic, so here we are, back at it again. But at least this time, you know, Mystic's pretty much like S tier in grinding, I think. But I'm too lazy, so I think I think I'm planning on re-rolling, but I don't know yet because I do have the coupons. They sit here and look at me every day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm re-rolling. But I think one of my videos I also re-rolled to Witch, because I don't know, I think Witch is cool. Because every time I think about like why am I playing Mystic, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm lazy, but a lot of times it's like, oh, I like to be a wizard in my RPGs. I like to throw magic, and because I was a warlock in World of Warcraft, so I was like, huh, what would scratch my destruction warlock itch back in my World of Warcraft days to be to like, you know, stick to BDO in a sense. But I still don't know. I might play Dosa. I have it tagged right now, and he's just getting all the XP and skill points right now as I pretty much grind out Manshams for this mana piece. Yeah. But I don't know yet, because I kind of want to see what the Awakening is before I put into it. So, like, as soon as I decide to play Dosa, I'm just going to use the loyalty weight, and I'm going to have his max skill points out, because I'm, you know, I'm grinding low end. And yeah, that's how I got into BDO. I'm not sure if I even explained it, but that's just, you know, my thought process, if it is a thought process. But yeah, played Mystic because it's easy, low APM. As far as like picking your class, I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of people, they're on the forums every day, like, oh, what class do I play? The fuck if we know? Like, we don't know what you like. But I obviously recommend like anything that's easy to play. Like, avoid fucking ninja. Avoid a class with like a million cooldowns. For example, like a Mystic, I think my biggest cooldown is like 12 seconds, and that's on one skill. Everything else on like a 7-second, 6-second to 8-second cooldown, so it's pretty easy to manage. And I think like that's the way people get geared in BDO. As long as you're like a grinder, you know what I mean? If you're life skilling though, I still think Valkyrie takes the dub for everything in BDO as far as like the early game goes. Like, you're actually setting up yourself for success if you play Valkyrie. Like, it's a one-button grinder. It kills low end like nothing. So you can just sit on seasonal and like one-shot everything. Like, if you're like, let's say you're noob, you finish your seasonal, you're starting to do your journals. Just fucking stay in seasonal server and one-shot the Blood Wolves or one-shot the Tashira guys, get the 100 pieces or whatever, pity pieces. Call it a day and get a lot of money, because I know Baragi Den is like really good money now, supposedly. Not Baragi Den, fucking Blood Wolves, because they drop like these things and you turn them into like the armor thingy that's called Kaktinak Dark Red Fang Crystal. So type in armor in the market. Armor. Dark. Oh my god. Here, it's like. Wait, what is it? Let's see, because I know they said that the Cognitok here is worth a lot of money. And dark red fang. Okay, just type dark red fang in the market. Dark red fang. There you go. 500 million every time you get one of those things, man. And the reason this is so much money now is because it's like, it's all about AP nowadays. So, I mean, I'm tempted to make a Valkyrie just a one-shot there when I'm lazy. Or maybe one of these days I'll just re-roll to Valkyrie just to prove a point, but because I'm planning on farming the one-shot spots. So I might just tag her or just use like seasonal gear on her and call it a day. Maybe put like loyalty weight on her, because I plan to be on her for a lot. Like, I'm still doing like one-shot spots on my Mystic because, you know, I'm lazy. And I don't want to like move shit over because I have 2,000 weight, so definitely swiped my weight. Like, yeah. But yeah. That's kind of, I don't know if that covers all of it. So I played Mystic, and then one day I quit, and I came back. And I ended up going to trees. Okay, so I was over here. I think I was like grinding here, and like I always helped my guilds out whenever I joined. I'm like, yo, anybody need a power level? And I was power leveling somebody, and then a berserker showed up, and this guy was cool. He was kind of an oddball because he came from the BDO private servers, like, and he just got into it, and this guy was crazy. He like mouse movement to PvP'd like every like PvP like little event that we hosted in the PvP guild. Like, he would be destroying people. Like, he won every fight with his mouse movement and grabbing, but he didn't have any gear, so because, you know, obviously he literally just started playing for like a year, so like probably like, not even a year, probably like 3-4 months in. And yeah, we met at trees, and I was like, yo, you're cool. Let's talk a little bit. And then he introduced me to a tier 1 node war guild, and they really like showed me how to play the game. Okay, like, I think that's my biggest takeaway from this video. Like, if you want to take BDO, if you're like, oh man, I'm downloading BDO, this game's fun, I want this to be my main game, I would join a node war guild, even if you're new. Like, and I would say you would have to finish seasonal to join them, but like, they're totally worth it, because a lot of those veterans in tier 1 guilds, they're usually like dudes like me that are like, you know, have probably played BDO for like 5,000, 10,000 hours, and then they're like, oh fuck, like, I'm just gonna chill in a tier 1 guild because I don't want to go for the gear grind, but I still want to PvP a little bit, you know. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the only reason to join. And they're just chilling in a tier 1 guild because, you know, it's casual. But you still have, like, the veterans out there. Like, if you want to PvP somebody, like, hey, yo, it's 1v1 in the battle arena. Like, they'll be there, you know. Like, sure, dude, I'm getting on. And that's kind of what I did when I was in World of Warcraft. Like, me and my cousin. I'll call him my cousin, but I'm actually, like, his uncle. But, like, we're the same age, so it's weird. Because I have a brother that's, like, 40-something years old that I never knew was my brother. But, like, because he's so fucking old, I thought he was, like, I thought he was one of my uncles. Well, he was an uncle, but old as fuck. But he had a kid, and I think they have, like, 4 kids, but I'm closest to him because, you know, we played World of Warcraft every day. And I pretty much got him into PvP. So, 2 of my best friends are kind of in the similar boat, you know, like, I was playing World of Warcraft, I got into PvP, I talked to my cousin, hey man, let's play World of Warcraft, let's PvP. And then we 1v1'd each other every day, and then we did battlegrounds every day. I think we were slowly starting to get into arenas, and then World of Warcraft came out with a expansion, and then all our gear meant nothing, so we're like, fuck that. I quit. And I went into League of Legends in high school. So pretty much, and then in high school, my best friend, we kind of just ended up sitting together because we're both Asian and we're like the same height, you know. So it's like, yeah, damn, hey, sup, man? Oh, let's play League of Legends. And then, you know, that really got my PvP like addiction in, like playing League of Legends. Played World of Warcraft for the battlegrounds. Played like StarCraft. Fucking, I think I grew up on Command and Conquer, so I remember like playing Command and Conquer Generals and shit. Shame what happened to that series, you know. But yeah, and here we are playing BDO, making you a couple of YouTube videos here and there when nobody's home because I'm too shy to record stuff while my wife's home. But oh yeah, that leaves like a big gap in my history, I think, because I think I just went from high school to present day. But yeah, then I joined the Marine Corps. I joined in 2014, and yeah, bad 5 years. Now I'm on like what they call it, what is it, military disability compensation, and I wouldn't say I'm like hurt, but like a lot of it is like sleep problems, bad knees, bad back, etc., etc. And yeah, I'm just getting money from that while my wife works. And the story behind that is I was on deployment and I was about to go home for like a week or something at post deployment. So I was just messaging her, and yeah, she had a huge crush on me since high school that I never knew about. And she was in college and I was in the Marine Corps, so it just worked out because we like time to ourselves, and we're both like introverts, so it works out. Both nerdy, both like anime. She says she likes anime, but she doesn't really like keep up with the new anime. You know what I mean? I really don't think you're into anime unless you watch the current stuff, because that's kind of what I did. You know, I think like I was watching Clannad while the episodes were coming out, or I was watching Gintama every time the new episodes came out. But not trying to gatekeep anything here, but you know, if your last anime you've ever seen was like Inuyasha from like when you were high school, like 10 years ago, like, are you really into anime anymore? But yeah. So, I'm 30, turning 32, actually, I think, or 31. I forgot. I'm a 93. I'm born in 93. That's all you need to know. And yeah. We also have a little girl on the way. So I have a 2-year-old son. And yeah, a little girl coming to do like November, I think. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of weird. Like, I don't like to memorize shit if I don't have to. So I kind of just push all of that shit onto my wife, or like I put it on a notepad and then I call it a day. Like, I don't remember birthdays. Like, I don't even know my parents' birthdays. And I don't even know, like, it took me a while to learn my wife's birthday because she kind of made me remember it, but I just put it on a notepad and then, like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And then, you know, eventually as I start filling out paperwork and stuff that we do on a daily basis, like going to hospitals and whatnot for checkups, it's like, oh, here, let me fill it out for you. I know your birthday now. But yeah, I just never into that shit. I'm weird. Like, I don't like hugs either. I'm not a hugging guy. I just don't. I don't know. It's just weird. Ever since like people in high school started doing it, I think it was just like a way for dudes to get like a little feel. But yeah, here we are. And what else? I think that's pretty much caught up onto what I'm at. And yeah, now my Discord, you know, is just pretty much just full of like my Marine Corps friends. Then we play games whenever we group up together. Right now they're playing the First Descendant, but like I'm not really into it. I already have a grinding game called Black Desert Online, so I don't really want to grind again. I can't really. It's like if I play like Maplestory, and then because my friend plays Maplestory, and then I'm expecting him to play Black Desert too. That just doesn't make sense. That's too much of a grind. You know what I mean? Actually, I think I uninstalled Maplestory. Like, I do need to download it again because it's actually not a bad game. It's just I don't like how the bosses work in it. For some reason, Koreans just suck at boss stuff. You know what I mean? Like, their PvE it hasn't been pretty good. It hasn't been good. I think the only good PvE game right now is like Lost Ark, right? Like at least it's like designed around boss fights, but like I never really thought of like MMORPGs as they're not supposed to be difficult in the first place, you know? They're supposed to be this chill game you play. You fucking tab target, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you call it a day. Like, even in World of Warcraft, you know, like, oop, I got stunned, pop the trinket, that's it. That's all you need to do, you know? Oh, use my movement skill. Fearless guy. Yeah. Definitely do see a lot of similarities in Korean games. Like, for some reason, every Asian game has, like, a triangle of elements of some sorts. That, or they mix elements with like defense, evasion, and then accuracy builds of sorts, and it's always the same. Because I played Rising Force online, and that shit, it's pretty much the same thing. Because in Rising Force Online, there was evasion builds, and like your race leaders, like they pretty much were like the pay-to-win dudes, but they were like hella geared, and like for example, like I would compare that to like the top 1% in BDO of geared mystics being like high evasion, and they're like unkillable. So that's what that was in Rising Force Online. Like they chase the gear, but at the same time, it's like if this guy has like a certain amount of evasion, he doesn't give a fuck what your gear is. He's gonna CC you, and then in the race war, like he'll just stun you, and then his fucking guild will run in and kill you. But like in Rising Force Online though, it's like different because like it was the same thing where their ideology was it's not based on 1v1. It's pretty much more of like group content PvP. Like you could put on a shield in Rising Force Online, you could tank like 5 to 10 people and just run away. So like there were defensive strategies in there too. So it's like in BDO where people have like the green offhands. So like if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Rising Force Online and you'll see a lot of similarities of BDO, at least in terms of like Korean games. Like that's one Korean game that you could look at. But I'm not sure if Lineage 2 had the same thing. But if you look at Rising Force Online, I think it's in like 2004 or some shit. It'll be literally a carbon copy of every mechanic in there is in Rising Force Online that's like directly translated to BDO, okay? Like the only thing that's missing is like elements. But even then in this game, you have monster damage, human damage, and whatnot for grinding too. So yeah, it's the exact same fucking thing. You have set effects. You can blow up your gear. You have different gear sets. Like there's accuracy sets, there's defensive sets, and then there's like your standard damage and defense set. And in our Rising Force Online, certain skills did like AoE damage, so it didn't matter how much accuracy you had, as long as like you catch the guy, you do your skill that hits people that are evasive built. And yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Some classes were immobile. Like I think the robots, the Accretion Empire, man, they're so fucking cool. Like they would have like siege guns that have cannons, and then they would like pretty much go into like a siege mode, and if you like stayed in there too, you would just get like fucking decimated. But like they were high single target, not really like strong AoE. I think that's the only thing that's wrong with BDO right now. It's that AoE skills don't split in a sense. Because if 10 players stacked up in BDO, they would get one shot by like a Valkyrie. But in Rising Force Online, if like 10 players stand on top of each other, like they would take like no damage from AoE, but they would still take like single target damage though. Yeah, and there were like crit builds in there too, because so critical strikes in Rising Force, right? Damn, I can't believe I'm explaining this. They stop your healing and your potions. That was like another way Rising Force pretty much got its 1v1 balance. You pretty much can't kill people 1v1 if you're like similar geared. But like, because potions healed like half your health in that game, or like it would heal you like every 2 seconds, I think, of like 4,000. And people had like 10,000 to 15,000 health, and like warriors had like 20,000 health. So you were not one of the winning warriors ever if they put on a shield. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. And you'll see a lot of like similarities. Like recently, like just now on Global Labs, for example, they're making potions heal more. It's going from like 400 health to 800 health. And then even these special evasion crystals are changing. And I'm gonna predict that like people are gonna start rolling around with like 10,000 health now in BDO, but I'm not sure if they intend that as like a meta. I think they should just remove health from gear and just equalize it. I think that would be like a good start if they wanted to like balance the game. But you know, what do I know, right? Because a lot of like the Korean like ideology of like even balance in general, it's not really what we think as balance. Like if you look at like pretty much everything that I've been saying so far in this video, like it'll probably contradict everything that you've known, but pretty much like they don't care that NA uses distortions. They don't care that there's the meta in NA, because in Korea they don't give a fuck about best in slot. Their best in slot is like defensive gear, and they already know that like if you build to be tanky and you group PvP, you're set, and you're not gonna die in PvP 1v1 if you build defensively. Unless, you know, the class is fucking broken. But I think the only way you kill someone 1v1 if they're in like a defensive build, supposedly, is like if you're uber geared, or if like you have an accuracy build, or you use your 100% that like drastically lowers their base health. Because I think that's what they're kind of going for. So if you guys ever see like you wonder why a certain change in BDO is happening, like this video should actually explain it very well. Because like I know a lot of people, they're gonna cry, like especially those 1v1 PvP gatekeepers. Like they'll be like, oh man, this change sucks. Like for example, like they were gonna give every class like protections, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be good. What's fucking wrong with super armor for every class? It's fine. The only thing that's wrong with PvP right now is because of that. Like half the classes that need it, like I think they're just gatekeeping so that their class stays strong at that point. Like I think a bunch of people are just abusing like fucking Musa for the movement in tier 1s, for example, or like other classes that can stay in super armor forever, like the block classes, and they're like, oh, I re-rolled this class, so sorry man, your opinion doesn't matter. Like yeah, the game's balanced around group PvP 10 plus players. Okay, it's not grouped around your 1v1 in battle arena. Like the ninjas on fucking NA in Europe or whatever the fuck, they're going like pure fucking damage AP builds, and they're dying because every ninja and mystic in fucking Korea is using like a green defensive, and they're using like Turles belt for evasion and shit, and they're just CC bots in the group PvP. Like, I wonder if people say PvP is dead on NA and EU are just trolling, but I still think PvP is going in the right direction. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just like people are so used to like the old shit, but like, sorry, like BDO is getting popular. What a surprise! They're actually doing what the other Korean MMOs used to do, which is good. But yeah, this will be the first part. I think the next part will be pretty much like I'll talk about gear more, and it'll be pretty much just me doing Anshams again. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And pretty much all of my videos are gonna be like this. I just grind, I rant, and yeah. Good luck out there. Hopefully you guys enjoy Black Desert and other Korean games. Definitely try out First Descendant, because it's actually pretty good. I'm just not into it. Like, I played, I think my grind of shooter looters of Warframe was it. And I didn't even get that far in Warframe. But I did meet some very cool people, some very nice people. Usually people in looter shooters, especially in Warframe, are very nice. This person like shadowed me for like a few months in Warframe, and they were so nice. They pretty much were like, oh man, we don't want to spoil the story for you, but we'll help you out through the story, and like one shot everything for you, and like carry you, or we show you like how to do this and that, and mess with your mods and stuff. I think that was cool. You know, that's how the community should be for games. I'm also on the boat that like the best MMORPG out there isn't even an MMORPG. It's fucking Monster Hunter, because it's literally the same thing if you think about it. Like in Monster Hunter, it's an RPG. You queue up and you're always playing with other people. You get 3-man party, You can carry people, like, you know, MMOs, you power level people. You farm this dungeon over and over again for this boss fight where you get this item drop for your gear. Is that not what MMOs are, you know? But yeah, here we are. Oh, wow. A long ass knockdown. But yeah, I think I should check my videos more. I think 45 minutes to an hour is like a lot for people to take. Maybe I should do shorts. I don't know. I don't wanna. I don't wanna like game the game here and do YouTube shorts for BDO. Like I want to keep it like, you know, simple. Maybe I should do shorts. Who knows? I'll just do a short where I'm zooming into my butt, my Mystic's butt cheeks or something, on a remastered mode. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. I think the next video will be along the lines of like how to plan out your gear and how to like make the most out of like the spots you're grinding. Okay. All right.